Hi, this is Dan Sochan, producer from United Front Games, and I'm here to show you Sleeping Dogs. We're going to show you Night Market Chase today, which is one of the earlier missions, and really gives sort of a good introduction to combat, as well as you get to see the very detailed and beautiful world of Hong Kong. So we start out this mission. It's one of the earlier ones in the game, and you've met Winston, who is a Red Pole, or like a lieutenant in the Triads, and you're trying to prove to him that, you know, you're worth having around. You'd be some useful Triad muscle. So you're at his mom's restaurant, the Golden Koi, which is where they do the Water Street Boys. Winston's gang does a lot of their business out of. And he tells you about a guy, Ming, who hasn't really been paying his share, and so he asks you to go straighten Ming out. So there's a mini sort of little street festival happening here. You'll see with some fire breathers, people letting off fireworks, and some dragon dancers as well. And we really worked hard to sort of recreate the essence and the feel of Hong Kong. Gone down many times to do trips there, taking tens of thousands of photos to try and get the city to be very photorealistic. And, you know, different vendors you can go and you know, get things like noodles. Each of these offer buffs that temporary buffs you get in games. So for having these noodles, I end up getting some health regeneration. And then you see the icon appear in the top right of the screen, which you know, I can go and get a few of these before I do a tough mission, and so I can get additional gameplay buffs like you know, more health or more combat damage, or I take less damage when attacked. When you see someone with a white thought bubble above their head, it means they're a vendor you can speak to and purchase something. Someone with a yellow thought bubble above their head means that they're a social character who's going to give you some more information on a mission or offer you a side mission or favor.
Where he's at?
Yeah, he just passed the food stand around the corner.
So Kwan's told you where you can find this guy named Ming.
You make it up for me tonight, and we got a deal.
Huh? 我真係要咁做?
Mate, I got a message for you. Stop!
As you could hear, a lot of the people in our world, ambient world, speak Cantonese, and it was recorded in Hong Kong to be authentic. But the majority of the main story mission characters all speak English with bits of Cantonese thrown in, and they're native Cantonese speakers as well. Ming's pretty ruthless. You can see through someone over the railing there. So I'm able to go through and I can bump directly into people, or by using the thumbstick, I can tap it and move a little more like aptly around people and do crowd dodging.
Oh, shit!
So by holding the A button, I'm able to sprint, and then by tapping it again as I get up to a parkour item, I'm able to do a vault move or free running parkour move around it. If I fail it, like I will in this case, I end up doing a sloppy, we call it, so it's sort of a slower move. Versus if I do it properly, oops, I didn't do it properly that time either, I'll end up climbing over it very kind of quickly. And there's some missions you actually get scored for how well you do your free running. So Ming's escaped. He's put some of his enemies against me. The red circles you see around someone's foot, that's their health meter. And when you see someone light up red like that, what it means is they're about to do a heavy attack against you. And so that I can defend that by pressing the Y button and doing a counter move. And I'm able to interrupt any counter. All the attacks are directional as well, so I can easily defend myself against a big group of enemies. I can also do things like grab an enemy and use the environment against them. So doing you know, something like the fan, or one of my personal favorites, using a window shutter. So this being one of the earlier missions, we try and really teach the player. We've got a lot of deep combat mechanics And so we've sort of taken the time to teach the player each of them. In this case, learning more about the environmental props. So picking up a guy, throwing him into a dumpster, and that allows you to sort of proceed through the mission, chase after Ming some more.
It's one of Winston's guys! Take him out! They were able to hire to fuck you up! You fucking with the wrong crowd!
So by doing a variety of light attacks and heavy attacks, I can do, sweep moves, roundhouses, as well as do grabs, move that into combo moves as well. Wei's, pretty tough guy, and he's also clever, and he's able to use his environment. So he, finds things like ceiling fans or air conditioning units, and takes guys and dispatches them that way. I really like this one as well. Have the guy sort of like still mumbling, and while his legs are, he's hanging out from the bottom. So Ming's the first time we've been introduced to a character who has a weapon, and you've got to be, pretty wary with him. He can do a lot of damage, and if I just try and take swings at him, he'll actually do a ton of damage to me. So I've got to try and be smart, wait for a counter, get an opening. And then get some additional moves in on him after that. By doing good moves like counters and varying up my moves, not just sort of pressing the same button repeatedly, I'm able to fill up my face meter on the side, the yellow meter. And that ends up allowing me to do intimidate moves as well as getting increased health regeneration. We want to encourage the player not to sort of just sit back and allow their health to regen, but it was more about them going out and actively fighting guys, doing good moves, doing a variety of martial arts, and then rewarding them. So although he's undercover cop, he only has a couple of handlers who actually know the truth. Everyone else assumes he's just a triad thug.
Wei Sheng, I'm Inspector Tang. You have quite a rap sheet here. Multiple arrests in San Francisco, alleged ties to organized crime, and now you're here, enforcing for the Sun On Yi. You don't have to throw your life away like this.
Your concern's really moving. I appreciate that. I'm suddenly realizing I should have never dropped out of art school. I could have made it. I could have been a real somebody. Thank you for showing me the light, officer.
I want to give you a chance, Shen, but you have to work with me. Then maybe I can cut you a deal. Oh, Superintendent, I'm in the middle of an interrogation.
Inspector, there's been a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding, sir?
As your superior officer, I'm instructing you to release this man.
But sir, I have it on record that he's Sun On Yi.
I understand that.
I can't simply just cut him loose. You're asking me to release a criminal with known connections to the Triad, and not only is it against
protocol...
protocols...
For God's sake, Tang, he's one of us.
What?
Jesus, Pendrew, let me get the door. There are a few badges outside who didn't hear you.
It's all right, Wei. We can trust her.
Trust her? I just met her.
Congratulations, Tang, so now you know. Maybe now we can make sure that we're helping Wei, not making his job harder than it already is,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
No, you don't. Now see yourself out.
Permission to speak freely.
Denied. You need to be more careful, Wei. Much more careful. I can't bail you out like this again.
Sir,
I don't want to hear it. Just be careful.
So here you can see the upgrade screen as well, where through the mission scoring, so by doing, successfully doing your triad objectives as an enforcer, and also by doing good things as a cop, so not killing innocent civilians, you end up getting cop points and triad points, which you're able to then use to upgrade your player. So Wei at the beginning of the game is quite different than he is at the end. So, damage bonuses to strike resistances, counter recoveries, a whole bunch of different things that you get forward to to unlocking throughout the game. So in this case, I'll choose the strike resistance. And then there's the cop upgrades, as well as through going through the world and collecting statues, you're able to return them to the martial arts school, and the instructor there will allow you to learn some new moves, which you can then use in combat. And some of them can be great finishing moves as well if someone's stunned. All the way into like face advantages and health upgrades as well. So Sleeping Dogs will be out August 14th on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows PC.